Welcome to Z, and today I am going to stop the Yamcha slander when it comes to one thing and one thing alone. The time Yamcha was in the gravity room, I will have to dispel the amount of slander he gets from that one thing. First of all, the fact he was able to stand and move. Okay, it's not that he moved quick or even he moved well, but the bare minimum that he was able to stand, more like kneel for a few being like 21 seconds, and that he was able to move his hand barely, but he was able to move it, and he moved it barely. Just that is one of those movements where it's so barely, but the fact he could move it shows that how really strong Yamcha was when it comes to human standards. So let's start. I'm going to say that Yamcha is 65 kgs. Yeah, I'll use that as Yamcha's weight. So if we talk about his strength, of course, his strength is like in that gravity room, his body had to lift 300 times his own weight, meaning 19,500 kgs. Meaning he is lifting 300 Yamchas. I would want to be with 300 Yamchas that much. Maybe if he had 300 of them, maybe they could be strong. And he did that for like 21 seconds. So he was able to lift that for 21 seconds. Then he had to lift 11,700 kgs just to move his hands because of the immense pressure of the gravity. That's how much he needed to move his hands. Yeah, that's how much he needed to lift to move his hands. So that it's how can you call him weak? Using kgs is also kind of cheap. I'll just use metric tons. So the units I say in tons are metric tons. That the body being 19.5 tons and the hand being exactly 11.7 tons. This all being in metric tons. Yeah, how yet he's still called a weak in that scene. Here he's beyond human levels of strength. He lifted like 13 CX5 cars for like 21 seconds and 7.8 CX5 cars to move his hand. He didn't move the best. He really did very sloppy, but can you blame him when he was having so much weight on him? That's why he even collapsed to the ground, but I think he was too arrogant. Why did he think he could start with 300? He should have started with something like a 20 or something. Not 300, no, that was a weird jump for him. This is Super Max Z heading out. Well, if you have reached this far of the video, I would want you to vote on this. Should I do A, why there might be technically two human, only technically one human Z fighter, or why, or you comment one idea you think. So either you comment an idea or you vote if you want to see why there's technically only one human Z fighter. Thanks for watching. This is Super Max Z heading out.